that should surprise no one. But what do you do when your job or your work requires you to switch tasks all day? See, the problem isn't multitasking, it's that modern work is fragmented. So instead of saying that interruption is the issue, we could reframe the problem and actually adapt to what modern work is and things that are stopping our focus. And that is not interruption, but context reconstruction. So when you are working on something and you're starting to get deep with it, and then you have to switch gears, it usually takes about 15 to 22 minutes to reconstruct that context to get into that same active state. So I want you to think of it like this. So whenever you're working on something with any kind of depth, it's almost like your brain is a whiteboard. You start writing some keywords at first, just like, okay, customer complaints, okay, designs. And you just have these different areas that are starting to slowly get filled up on the whiteboard. And as you go, you start seeing connections. You start connecting maybe some dots with the different keywords. And as you really start going, you're really into the flow state and the work that you're consuming. You start writing quickly. That whiteboard is getting all filled up. But when you get interrupted, that whiteboard gets erased. So when you switch gears, that gets erased. So now, a couple hours later, or even an hour later, whatever, you try to go back to that thing and the whiteboard is blank. That trying to rewrite all that and get all of the context back and reconstruct it, that is that 15 to 22 minutes to get back into a task after interruption. So we can recognize that and then say, okay, well, if that is the core issue, what can I do about it? Well, what you could do about it is try not to lose as much context when you're switching gears. And a good way to do this is whenever you're working on a task and you have to switch for whatever reason, the best thing you could do is leave something called a breadcrumb, something where you give yourself a note that allows you to link up to some of those active connections you're making so it's easier to get back in there. So for this example, I might write, okay, I am putting all this together for a feature. I could write reviewed customer documentation. When I come back, I want to put together all the customer complaints into a singular pain point or framing. That's just enough of a breadcrumb where I went back into it